I'm going to tell you how to get to the Naugatuck State Forest in Connecticut, in Ansonia, Connecticut, from Route 8. And you could get to Route 8 from Interstate 84 or Interstate 95, which are both huge highways in Connecticut. So from 8 south, you want to take exit 17. You stay left at the exit, then you go straight across the intersection onto Atwater Drive, spelled A-T-W-A-T-E-R. At your first light, you make a right on Division Street. Then, at your third light, you make a left onto 115, also known as Derby Avenue. So now I'm going to tell you how to get to Derby Avenue from 8 North. So from 8 North, you get off at exit 16. You go straight off the exit. At the second light, you make a right onto Division, and then it'll be your second light. You make a left onto 115, also known as Derby Avenue. So now we're both on Derby Avenue. At the fork, you stay left. First light, you make a right onto Father Salemi Drive. And that's spelled F-R, the abbreviation for Father, F-R, and S-A-L-E-M-I Drive. You pass the Catholic Church, and at the light, you go right onto Central Street. Then you take your first left onto Beaver Street. At the fork, you stay right. At the first stop sign, you go straight. At the next stop sign, you stay to your right. You bear right. Then you'll see a little lake called the Quillinan Reservoir on your right. Go straight until the next stop sign, and you'll make a right onto Beaver Street, which becomes Clinton Road. I don't know if it says Beaver Street or Clinton Road there. Then at the next stop sign, you go right onto Route 313. So after driving for about 10 to 15 seconds on Route 313, you're going to see a tiny parking lot for the Naugatuck State Forest on the right-hand side. Be advised, it's a small parking lot that's only enough room for like 3 or 4 cars. And now I'll give you directions on how to get up to the ridge from that parking lot. So I'm going to give you directions how to get up to this ridge. From 313, you pull into the parking lot here, and it's a small little parking lot. And as you pull in, you're going to see a little sign, a billboard for the Naugatuck State Park. And right next to that billboard is a trail. You want to take that one. At the end of that trail, you make a right onto kind of a larger trail. And that trail wraps around, and you get to like a little intersection. And you want to make a left up that trail. You'll know you're on the right trail because to the right, you'll see a little tiny service road where they bring trucks up and stuff. And that leads right to Clinton Road or Beaver Street or whatever it is. But anyway, when you get to that first trail, you want to make a left. And you start walking up kind of a steep embankment. So I drew little mountains here to show that it's kind of like you're walking up more of a mountain. So when you get to the top, you get along a ridge. You want to take the first trail on your left. So you start walking up that trail, and you'll know that you're on the right trail when you see a little structure some kids built out of sticks and branches that fell. They made a little hut. So you want to go to the top of that road, that trail, and when you reach the fork at the top, you want to make a right. So then you start walking kind of around this valley area. You walk around this whole valley along the cliff section over here. And then you get to this part that's kind of a fork, but it says the Department of Water. It says keep out or no trespassing, and they have all these yellow marks all over the place. They're very interested in keeping everybody away from that area, and instead they direct you back around over to this other network of trails. So they're very interested in keeping you away from this area right here. So it's kind of like a little rocky cliff section that you have to walk up. Even though it says do not enter, I walked up that trail, and after 200-300 feet, you'll see another fork with a tree right in the middle of the fork. So you want to walk down this trail here after making a right at that tree. You go down a little ways, you got to make a sharp left through kind of a more dense area of trees. The trail looks like it's kind of hidden a little bit, but you got to make a sharp left and kind of go through this kind of branchy section, and you'll find there's another trail after that, but it's getting a little bit more overgrown. And the farther you walk down that trail, the more it has brush on that trail, but it eventually leads you up to this ridge. So it must have been a while since they've been up there, because you could only notice what looked like a little road that's been overgrown with trees. It's been a long time because there's a bunch of trees in the area. But if you look, there's a space through the woods, and you could tell that it's man-made. It looks like it's been it was a road at one point for that logging company. So it kind of wraps around the top of the ridge and kind of ends at this clearing area.